I'm Diana Faison Bradley. I'm the owner of Family Care of Fairview, and I'm a family physician. My background in healthcare is my father was a pancreatic surgeon, so I was always interested in medicine. I was a veterinary assistant, first for equine and then small animal veterinarian. Thought I would go to vet school, but then I became interested in human medicine, and I was a scrub nurse at Grady Hospital in Atlanta before college. And then went through college and decided I was interested in exercise physiology and human performance, and worked in that field for 5 years before I decided to go to medical school ultimately. I went to Emory University School of Medicine, which was a top-notch school affiliated with Grady Hospital, which is in downtown Atlanta, indigent population, serving them, and learned a lot because a lot of those patients were very sick and really needed care. When I decided on my residency of family medicine, the dean of students was a cardiologist, and he said I wasted my talents by going into family medicine, but I love taking care of families, and they become like family with me. And I see children grow up, having children, grandchildren. I've been practicing for 28 years, and I'm seeing people come in and just completely change their lives and their health. And that's very gratifying. I have to say my dad was a big influence. He's been very supportive of me going into medicine. He tells me all the time he really respects me for being a family physician and being able to have such an all-encompassing set of knowledge for my patients. Of course, my mom provided amazing financial backing and allowed me to open my own practice and survive for the first 5 or 10 years. And she helped me buy the land for this building, and she's been just an amazing, wonderful, giving person and a role model. I guess a lot of people have the birth of their child as a big accomplishment. I have to say graduation from Emory School of Medicine was one of my proudest moments. Of course, graduating from residency was a wonderful experience, and starting this practice and opening the doors September 5th of 2001 this is sort of like my baby too. Most doctors, in my experience, practice Western medicine on a disease-based model. I incorporate Eastern principles of mind, body, and spirit into my practice. I think spirituality is often neglected in the medical, traditional Western American medical practice. And along those lines, I really emphasize self-care for my patients and walk them through how do they take care of themselves, how do they deal with stress. And sometimes that will incorporate complementary rather than alternative methods. I like to blend Eastern and Western medicine. Sometimes a medication is not appropriate, and a counseling or even acupuncture or any sort of Chinese medicine is appropriate. I think that what works, works, and it's going to be different for each patient, and it needs to be tailored as such. The board and of family medicine wants us to do CME. They keep us active in continuing education. Every 3 months I take a board exam so that it keeps me current and lets me choose the most appropriate plan of care. I do not plan to join a hospital group. I want to stay independent because I think it gives a more hometown, if you will, approach. A lot of patients don't like going to large offices and feel like cattle and like they don't matter, because everybody here we treat like family. And I would like to continue that, but I also want to indulge my other passion, which is racing Porsches. I've got some amazing cars. And that's thanks to my mom. I mean, when my mom passed in 2020, she's still taking care of me. You know, her estate has allowed me to help this practice flourish and also help me flourish personally so that I can take my own advice of self-care. I often find myself advising patients about ways of handling stress and caring for themselves, and I think, oh gosh, I need to follow this advice myself. I have to be reminded that I'm a patient too, and it helps me have more empathy and compassion for my patients. Probably the most impactful experience I've had in my medical practice is helping a dear patient of mine transition through his pancreatic cancer and helping his family adjust to his passing, helping ease his suffering, and admiring his spirit throughout. And Jimmy never got bitter or depressed. He was very upbeat and optimistic and a loving man. And it was a privilege to know him and to care for him. Probably the most impactful experience I've had personally would be starting this practice and nurturing it and growing it and having it be successful.